I had to go for another spoon because the pilau is very delicious. Pilau masala is the main character in this recipe, and also the minced meat has added in lots of protein to the recipe together with the vegetables, which look absolutely amazing. They're not overcooked, which makes this pilau totally worth trying. For this recipe, you need 1.5 cups of long grain basmati rice or any nice quality rice. So you're going to wash several times so that the water can run clear. That is to get rid of the excess starch. Then you're going to soak for 10 minutes as you prep up your fresh ingredients. And you need some onions, carrots, we have garlic, zucchini, coriander, and tomatoes, together with half a kg of minced meat. Also, you're going to need some pilau spices, which are homemade. If you don't know how to make pilau spices, you can check up here or in the description box down below. And also, you'll need some salt, cooking oil, and seasoning cubes. The recipe is super simple with very basic fresh ingredients and spices. So I'm going to get straight into cooking my delicious pilau by placing a heavy bottomed pot over medium flame. Then I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. If your minced meat or ground meat is on the fatty side, don't add in too much because the meat is going to render its own fat while cooking. Next, you're going to add in 1 onion. Saute your onions for a minute or until the onions get a nice golden brown color. If you don't have the homemade spices, you can buy the supermarket one, but I would highly recommend you trying out the homemade pilau spices because it's a combination of very simple ingredients, and even in the supermarket you can get the whole spices for pilau, which you can toast and grind to make your own blend. When you're getting that nice perfect color, you're going to add in some crushed garlic and ginger. Cook your garlic and ginger for around 30 seconds or until your kitchen is smelling incredible. So what will happen is the garlic is going to cook and remove the raw garlic flavor. Hence, it's going to get very flavorful. When everything is perfect, you're going to add in your minced meat. Using a spatula, you're going to break down the minced meat as it's cooking. Browning the onions is going to add in a very nice onion flavor to the pilau. So while my meat is cooking, I'm going to blend up my tomatoes. This is 3 medium tomatoes. I'm going to add into my blender and blend into a puree. When ready, I'm going to get back to breaking down my minced meat. And if you are going to be using a non-stick pot just like me, you're going to use a wooden spatula or a silicone spatula so that you don't damage your non-stick. Take care of your non-stick pans and pots because once it chips, it's time to throw it away. As you can see, the meat is perfectly cooking since we're getting a nice brown color. As the minced meat is slowly searing for around 2 to 4 minutes, you're going to catch a very nice aroma in your kitchen, which I absolutely love. It's like you're making nyama choma, but instead we are making some minced meat. So now it's time to add in our pureed tomatoes. I'm going to add in a splash of water to my blender so that I can get all the tomato puree into the pot. Shake. Stir. Then I'm going to be adding in 1 beef seasoning cube, 1 beef stock cube, add in a tablespoon of Pilau Masala, Then I'm going to stir, cover, and let this slowly simmer for around 5 minutes or until the sauce is fully cooked down. In between, you're going to stir in to make sure nothing is burning. Once the tomatoes are fully cooked down and the sauce has reduced just like this, you're going to drain off water from your rice and add into the pot. Stir in the rice, and the rice is quite delicate because we've been soaking for around 10 to 15 minutes. So don't stir in too much because it's going to break into tiny pieces. And remember, this is a good quality rice, so you need the rice to be whole. So you're going to toast the rice together with the minced meat for around 1 to 2 minutes. And toasting the rice is going to add in a very nice smoky flavor. And also the rice is going to absorb in all those nice flavors from the seasoning. Also, slowly simmering your minced meat for around 5 minutes has made the minced meat very aromatic because we have added in some pilau spices. Hence, it has cooked together with the minced meat, making it very flavorful. When the rice is well toasted, I'm going to be adding in 3 cups of water because we're cooking 1.5 cups of rice. So I'm going to use the same cup that I used to measure out my rice. That is 1, 2, and 3. Stir in the water. Then you're going to wait for around a minute so that the pot can come to a boil. Check the seasoning. If it's not perfect, you're going to be adding in a little bit more salt. Since we added in some stock cube and seasoning cube, which have a little bit of salt, you're just going to add in a little bit more salt to fully season the pilau. We still have some zucchini and carrots, which I'm going to be adding in a few because I don't want to overcook my veggies. If you overcook your veggies, you're losing lots of nutrients and the veggies are not going to be delicious. Also, we have some coriander for garnishing. You're going to cook your rice for around 4 to 6 minutes or until the water is fully evaporated. Remember, we are cooking with medium flame, so this is going to slowly cook the rice and let all those nice flavors absorb. My water has come to a boil, so now I'm going to take the seasoning. You can tell it's going to be delicious. So I'm going to add in half a teaspoon of salt, and this is fine salt. So if you're going to be using the regular salt, you can add in more. Yeah. So I'm going to stir in and let the rice cook. When the water is evaporated just like this, you're going to add in your zucchini and carrots. This is 2 medium shredded carrots or grated. Then you're going to cover, reduce the flames to low and simmer for 5 minutes or until the rice is fully cooked. After 5 minutes, this is how your rice is going to be looking. Once your rice is perfectly cooked, you're going to garnish with some coriander to add in some color. Then you're going to use a fork and fluff up that rice. Just look at the outcome. Just look how incredible the rice is looking. Perfection. Now I'm going to grab my bowl and serve my pilau. Do not be afraid to throw in some more vegetables that are going bad in your fridge. The recipe is super customizable, and this is how my pilau has turned out. Yo, it's looking so delicious. I can't wait to try out, so I'm going to dig in. Wow, it's hot. Hope you'll be giving this pilau recipe a try because it's so worth it. It's flavorful. The rice is perfectly cooked, as you can see, and everything has turned out absolutely amazing.